Good afternoon, Mr. Signori.
Mr. Bradley, how are you today?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I got my bowling shirt on. Must be Friday.
You ready to bowl, baby?
Let's go.
All right. Let's talk about the Dred Scott decision and what happened. So let's just quickly review that. I would say the nation's temperature is rising.
Rising is a good word.
Lots of things
starting to boil.
So just quickly, there's the fugitive slave law, which is really doesn't really work that well. It's hard to enforce. You've got a lot of sympathizers in the North who aren't really helping out here.
I think the statistics kind of speak for themselves. Thousands of slaves get to the North. 299 are returned.
Right.
So it's not working.
And then you have this.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Uncle Tom's Cabin. Good read, by the way.
Harriet Beecher Stowe. You can ask Mr. Signori. He's read it. And we also have another student who gave a presentation in class on.
It's a very good book.
But it incites a lot of passion here.
Right.
It's a sad story. It doesn't have a happy ending, so you don't read this to be encouraged. If anything, that's why the Northerners went so crazy. It's a lot of it due to this.
Yeah, I think it kind of opened the eyes of a lot of people in the North as to what slavery was about, and those atrocities that we've talked about throughout the year. Right.
Lincoln says to Harriet Beecher Stowe, "So you're the little lady who caused this great war."
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This is old Bloody Kansas.
Bloody Kansas.
Yeah, and again, we see that character John Brown, and is he a hero? Is he a traitor? Is he a villain? What is he?
Is he nuts?
Is he insane? But we know that there's very little control out in Kansas, and that this idea of popular sovereignty is not quite working out the way that.
No. So we have a lot of issues here. Right. Brown kills 5 people in retaliation for the attack on Lawrence
in the name of abolition. And then again, just to show how crazy things have gotten in Congress. This is the floor of our Congress in Washington D.C. This is where there's supposed to be civility and decorum, and we have this.
And in this case, it's the cane is mightier than the pen.
The cane's mighty. Like he's protecting himself with that little quill. I don't think he's gonna
poke him in something, but no. That's Preston Brooks is the senator or congressman from South Carolina, and that's
Charles Sumner.
Right. Where's Sumner from?
I don't know, Massachusetts or something.
I can't remember.
But he makes that inflammatory speech against slavery and pays the price.
And gets thunked pretty good.
Yeah, and again, you would think that the constituents of Brooks would have said, run that guy out of office. He's out of control. But no, they sent him more canes just in case he needed to do it again. So things are out of control.
Well, it was his uncle who Sumner personally attacked.
Sure. Well, then that gives him the right.
Yeah.
So here's Dred Scott, and so Dred Scott was that slave that. What did he do again?
He comes from Missouri with his master.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He doesn't run away. He's with his master. They travel and live in Wisconsin for a period of time.
Here comes a badger.
Yeah, but at least he thinks he's a badger. He's got the sweatshirt and everything to prove it. But that's not the case.
Right.
So Scott says, "Look, I've made it to the free land. I should be a free man."
Correct.
And so they go to court over this, and this goes all the way up the line.
So he sues for his freedom.
He sues for his freedom and says, "I'm a free man. We're in a free territory where slavery is illegal."
Now, incredibly, this gets to the Supreme Court, and they make a ruling on it. And my guess is it's pushed through by abolitionists who jump on this.
They want an answer. They want a legal answer.
So I think that when it happens, you would think the North thought this was going to help them out in the issue of slavery and kind of decided once and all, because the Chief Justice Roger Taney was seen as anti-slave.
But he was a Southerner.
So let's see what happens. Well, he does rule. The first of his rulings is this. His first point was that Scott could not sue for his freedom because slaves aren't citizens and never will be a citizen.
Now here's my issue. Then how did he get this into the Supreme Court?
Again, I don't know, and I think it's pushed through by abolitionists. I think initially he's really just saying this should just be thrown out.
Right.
But I like how Taney does this. He's not really taking this from a moral standpoint at all. It's simply legal terms, right?
Yeah. That's how he approaches it.
Regardless of how he believes.
Right.
This is legalistically, this is what it is. And legalistically?
Yeah, I believe it or not.
I think I can say that.
So what's the second point?
He says that just because he went to Wisconsin doesn't make him free. And then he says this, that the Missouri Compromise is unconstitutional.
But it was voted in by law.
Right, but then I think what he's taken that next step, and he's saying that that Congress does not have the authority to rule on this because it's not specifically giving a power to them.
Okay.
And so if it's a power not given to the federal government, it belongs to the states
State or territory.
which is the 10th Amendment. So he says, Missouri Compromise, throw it out. The federal government has no right to decide on which states should be slave and which states should be
This will make some changes.
Yeah. Last one.
Again, as you just said, Congress cannot ban slavery in new territories. With the Missouri Compromise being thrown out, you can basically have slaves wherever.
Yeah, so every state's going to get to decide according to the Supreme Court ruling. And this man,
Roger!
yeah, what a handsome guy.
5-4, his decision. And actually, if you throw it out this way, I feel bad for him, but it was on him because he was the final decision.
Yeah, and again, I think if he'd have voted on how he felt, it'd have been different. But he didn't. He takes it from a legal standpoint. He says it says this in the Constitution, so this is what we should do.
You said temperatures were rising?
Temperatures are rising.
It's boiling now.
See ya.
Bye.